Hey, what up, everybody? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, you far too kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is more red pill content, man. So yeah, man. I'm go ahead and take me a sip of some tea. Good. So I just made some tea, ginger, citrus, tea. I use navel oranges, ginger root, grapefruit, and simple syrup for for sweetener. Actually, agave. Um, my grandmother had passed down the recipe of ginger tea. She actually used honey in her ginger tea. Um, I thought I would try agave this time as a sweetener, just a little bit, not much, because I used some fruit. I also used apple slices to sweeten the tea, and it was quite tasty. Let me tell you. And ginger is spicy, so it has that spicy kick at the end, sweet on the top. It's real mellow in between, and then those citrus slices give it a sour taste on top of it as well. So you got sweet, you got sour, you got spicy, and then you got warm. It's just like a party going on in your mouth, man. It's like a congregation of goodness going on in your mouth, man. It's very, very revigorating, man. You know what I'm saying? If I do say so myself, if I do say so myself, yeah, it's great. It's absolutely great. So yeah, man. So I'm dealing with the death of a parent, man. So my mother just recently passed. Um, last month. This is going into the fourth week. Yeah, they're going into the fourth week. Because if I was to be correct, let me see. Actually, this is the third week. Let's go ahead and be correct, right? It'll be the third week. We had buried her on the man, the day before my birthday. It's crazy. Take me another sip. Wow, crazy birthday present that have to bury your parent the day before your birthday. That is a crazy, crazy birthday gift. So now, moving forward, my birthday is going to be associated with the burial of my mom. Wow, it's crazy. Just to think about it when I wrap my mind around the idea that moving forward for the next 30, 40 years, right? You know, the death of my mom and my birthday is going to go hand in hand. Hopefully, moving forward, right, the family can come together, right, and really make it a joyous occasion and try to make it something not to grieve about, but to actually celebrate both lives of a mother and a son, the matriarch of the family and the new patriarch of the family as well. Be right because my father he passed um, 20 25 years ago, right? So I am the sole heir of my family's lineage in the state. I am the only Harrison of my mother and father. And I'm wrapping my mind around the idea of that. I'm the only one. I'm the only boy. My sister, she passed years ago, and she's the product of a previous marriage, and I do have an older brother, but he's the product of a previous marriage. So my mother and my father, what they have together and what they did together, I'm the last, I'm the only of their bloodline. I'm the only one. I'm the only one. And it just hit me like that just a few weeks ago. Being the sole heir of your parents' estate, of your family's business. It hit me. I had got a message from, I've been out of work since my mother went into the hospital, and I haven't been back to work in 3 weeks. And it's going to be at least another week until I get back to work, because it's been all business. Every day is business. Every day it is something, either dealing with family, either dealing with business, either locking down estates and affairs and putting a button up on everything. Dealing with relationships between siblings. My kids are losing their damn mind. Like, God, my kids are losing their mind, man. My kids, I think they're going through it the worst. I really do. I think that my kids are are dealing with it the worst because they had they've been with my mother the longest, right? Because when I had my mom, right, when I was growing up and I had my mom, I had to share work with my mom. My mom would go to work 12 hours a day, and I had school. So there'd be days where I did not get a chance to see my mom. Heck, there'd be weeks, right? Especially if my mom working like a third shift, right? And by the time she come home from work, I'm already out the door to get on the bus for school, right? And by the time I get home, she's in the bed sleep, getting ready to trying to prepare herself to go to work, right? So she'll get up, 10:30 at night or whatever it was, and I'll probably be already in the bed, sleep, resting for a school morning. So I had to split time with work with my mom. Unlike, the grandkids, my kids, right? They got a chance to be with my mother, be with my mom 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for years at a time, right? So because she retired back in 2020, no, 2006, she she officially retired from work. So from then forth, right, they had a good 10, 15-year run of spending time with what they call Nana. They call my mom Nana. So they have a different dynamic with my mom than I do, right? Even though, that's my mom. I call my mom or ma. If you're from the dollar town. If you're from South Carolina, you're gonna use ma and dad. Ma and dad. That's how I refer to my parents. If you're from South Carolina, you definitely know the terms ma and dad. So, like I said, growing up with my mom, I had to split time with where she worked at versus my kids. They had a chance to spend all summer, with my mom, and I love that. They had a chance to spend their whole summer break right here with Nana, going on trips, going to the church summer camps, going to the beach, whatever. And they're taking it the hardest. Like, there is these moments should be bringing us closer together, and I do believe that they will, but for right now, there is a tug of war. There is a tug of war between, the grandkids, at least my kids, right? Because they spent all that time with Nana, and they are establishing hierarchy, like who is who. The older sister, she's establishing dominance over the younger sister, but the younger sister is bigger and taller than the older sister, and you can't talk to me that way, Jay. You cannot talk to me that way. The big sister calling the younger sister soft. The baby sister calling the older sister a fuck nigga. Yeah, they going at it, man. And I'm trying to manage personalities, manage and insert some conflict resolution skills, all while keeping our eyes on the prize, because really at the end of the day, we need each other, right? They need each other. I need them here, right? And we don't need to be beefing, because we're talking about the age that we're talking about. These girls they range from 28 down to 20 years old. So these are, young adults, right? Young adults who can think for themselves, who are fully functional. They're very pretty. They're bright, right? And they are dealing with the death of Nana, my mom. They are dealing with the death of Nana. And me, I haven't had a chance to grieve yet. To tell you the truth, I haven't. I haven't had a chance to really sit down, grieve. I haven't had a chance to really, let it all out. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to let it all out, because I'm steady managing, my kids. Hey, you're going to have to apologize. Hey, you're going to have to do better with the way that you communicate. Hey, you can't say that. Hey, let's do better. Like, come on now, come on, you can't say that. Or let's do something. Let's go out to eat. Let's go out to dinner. Let's go to the movies. Got to make suggestions, right? And if you're looking into my teacup, those are actually pulp from the orange that I use. Real good. I like pulp. I like pulp in my drink. But let me tell you, man, them girls are giving me a run for my damn money. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Oh my God. Because you can't talk to them hard because they're girls, you know? You know, one of the moms is like, you gotta put your foot down. You gotta be hard on them. You gotta rule them with an iron fist. Say it with your chest. And I'm like, man, they're girls though, right? They're girls. And I'm trying to handle them the way that I would want a man to handle them. Be as patient with them as I'm with them. Even if they are out of pocket, man, give them a moment to calm down and bring it back down, right? And say, hey, you're wrong. You're wrong. You know that you're wrong. Let's go ahead and point out where you went wrong at. And most of the time, I can not reason, but show them exactly where they went wrong at. And then they'll say, you know what? You're right, Dad. I apologize. Let me go ahead and let me apologize because I know I can be a bit insensitive. You know, I have to be the type of I'm showing them the type of man that I would like for them to have. Like if they were to get married one day, they choose a man who's compassionate, who's patient, who's kind, who's going to listen to them. Even when they're wrong. Let them get that hate up off their chest. My phone is going crazy. Let them get that hate up off their chest because it's necessary, right? Sometimes you just need to get some stuff off your chest. Like it is okay to vent. I tell my girls that it's okay to get it up off your chest. It's okay. I want to make sure that I give my kids a safe space to vent, to get it off. Like, hey, even if it may look disrespectful to somebody else on the outside. You know, I didn't have, you know, you know, we, you know, people my age, our parents raised us a little different, especially the men. Safe space. You better watch your mouth. You can't even roll your eyes. God forbid you suck your teeth. Man, you suck your teeth around my parents if you want to. Back in the 80s, man, back in the early 90s, you sucking your teeth. Man, shoot. You liable to have a concussion. Liable to have a brain aneurysm. The same thing that took mom out, man. You know, I'm dealing with the realities of what it is, you know. You know, I'm dealing with the realities of what mom had to deal with on her terms, right? What I have to deal with now. What my girls are going through now. You know, what aunties went through during their lifetime. And all of this is just hitting me at one time, man. And let me tell you, I feel alone. I feel absolutely alone. The one person who I really thought that I had in my corner, hell, my daughters done ran them off. Man, you don't need to be talking to that person, Dad. No, I don't even trust that. That's another thing too. The trust issues of outsiders, right? I sure do appreciate my daughters for being so protective of their father and their grandmothers and their grandfather's legacy. I really do appreciate that, man. I'm going to give them a round of applause. Yeah, man. Those girls are so protective of their last name. It makes me proud just how protective they are, just like how much they really want to see our legacy move forward. Even though it may come off a little insensitive and toxic at times. But in the bigger scheme, the big picture, on a macro level, they're just protecting their heritage. They're just protecting their last name. They're protecting their legacy. And they don't want no jive turkeys up in here. They don't want no they don't want anybody around. They don't want no iffy people around. Like if you're fickle, my girls can pick up on fickle people. They don't want nobody fake around. They don't want nobody who's going to come around half-stepping. So they're watching everybody, even me. They're watching me too, to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. Because I have a lot on my plate, right? But they're watching everybody to make sure everybody is on the same page and who has my best interest at heart. Because if you got my best interest at heart, you have theirs, right? And I appreciate that for them, right? But damn, they hard. Them girls so doggone hard. Oh my God, they hard. My daughters are hard. I mean, they are absolutely tough. Now, something I've come to find out after my mother's death, that my mom was a fighter. Yep, she was a fighting woman. When she was younger, she was a put 'em up type of woman. Now, I've seen, her and my dad, they have some good old fashioned disputes. I'm talking about they had some disputes back in the day, right? And I seen it with my own eyes. But after the death of my mom, and just talking to some of her classmates and just chopping it up with them, and they're like, boy, that your mama could fight, boy. Your mama could fight men. Like she was beating up the boys back in the day, man. Like my mama put the 2-piece and a biscuit on men. And let me tell you, my mom was a big woman. She was not a little woman. She was a big woman. Looking at her driver's license, she was 5'8". So she was actually taller than the average man by 1 inch. I think the average man is 5'7". She's 5'8". And let me see. By the time she was, I'm going to say 30, right? Because I came around, when she was 26. No, 25. She was about 200 pounds, but she was, Kevin says, well, you're built like you're built like Emmitt Smith, but she was put together. If you ever seen my mom, she was 5'8". She was put together, and I'm gonna say that she was 200 pounds, and she was put together, man. Like wow, everything was well proportioned, and if she was beating up men, I could see how, because she was a big woman. She was not petite whatsoever. Nothing petite about her. And if she ever had to put hands on you, You felt that because she definitely put hands on me. She hit me with a frying pan once upon a time, man. She did. She hit me with a frying pan, man, right across my head. I called myself jumping up silly to my mom, and she bink. He then gave me some orange juice too. After I go ahead and held my head, man. She gave me some orange juice. Here, drink that. But that's the type of woman that I dealt with, right? And that woman was totally different from the woman that my girls had, right? My girls are dealing with a totally different woman. My girls had dealt with the type of woman whose grandma will spoil their kids, man. You know what I mean? My mom never told those girls no on anything. When I mean anything, I mean any and everything, right? They got their way with Nana. Nana allowed them to get away with so much, and I think that's probably why they definitely loved Nana. So, and as I'm just reflecting on it, man, I've never had the chance to experience a grandma whatsoever. Not on my father's side, not on my mother's side. I've never had the experience of a grandmother. Now, my father, he was much, much older than me, but he's my dad. He's not my grandfather, right? So he's going to raise me with some good old discipline. And his discipline was super old school because he was 50 years older than me, man. His discipline was just off the cheesy, right? Dress right, dress. Dress right, dress. It was, oh my God, it was damn near military style. As a matter of fact, being in the home with my father was more disciplined, more buttoned up than boot camp in any military branch. My look, I'm willing to put dollars to donuts that living with my father is harder than going through 13 weeks of Marine boot camp. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Ain't no push ups. You gonna get that belt. Hey, hey, ain't no burpees. You gonna get some hands to you, man. Hey, hey, hey. You know how they come in the barracks, in the military when they waking you up out your sleep, to get you going, right? They come in and blowing whistles and doing all the yelling and come and turning on the lights. If you ever been woke up out your sleep with a belt, that's a totally different ball game, man. The Marines ain't got nothing on that belt, let me tell you, bro. And he had an old leather belt, one of them old school cowhide. Hey, one of them belts that last forever. And let me tell you, your boy tried to hide that belt too, man. I tried to hide that thing with the best, the best of my ability. And the funny thing is that, shoot, my mom used to use the same belt on me, man. So I used to get it from both parents. Golly, I couldn't escape a whooping. Down. couldn't escape a whooping, man. Shit, I take them push-ups any damn day, man. Any day of the week. So, like I said, man, so my kids got to experience Nana uninterrupted. They got a chance to experience Nana all summer long, no interruptions, and it's just them, and they're taking it hard now, and it's really, really hard on them right now. And it's tough. It's tough on everybody. It's definitely tough on me. If it's tough on them as individuals, right? And I'm trying to console, confide, and tell them that I know what they're feeling, but I really don't. Because I've never, like I said, I've never had a grandparent. I've never lost my nana. I never lost a grandfather. I never lost my grandma. I lost my father. I can tell you how that works. I lost my mom. I can tell you how that works. But heck, I would say, shit, my pain trumps your pain. I lost my mom. You can talk to me. You can talk to your mom anytime you want to. As a matter of fact, you can talk to your dad. What are you crying for? Sometimes I want to say that. Sometimes I want to be inconsiderate and say, hey, you got your mom. I lost my mom. Sometimes I want to say that. Tighten up. But then I listen, right? Right? And I listen. And I try to give them something that they can hold on to. Something worth listening to. Something that maybe they can pass down to their kids one day. It's going to be okay. We got each other. I'm here for you. I got you. We're going to get through this together. As a matter of fact, Daddy needs you. Yeah, I was talking to baby girl today, man. She was like, man, don't be talking like that, you know. She said, you don't need nobody. Yeah, I do. I need you, baby girl. I need you. I need you and your sisters. I need y'all to get it together. Siblings after death they take it the hardest, right? It hits them the hardest. Especially if there's a quote unquote inheritance going on. Oh my God, the dreaded inheritance. Now the stakes are higher. Now the stakes are raised. Oh my God. Now it's no longer about the person, but now it's about the stuff. And I tell my kids, man, we can get more stuff. We can get more money. We can get more cars. We can get another house. We can get more phones. We can get more money. We won't get another mother. We won't get another nana. We won't get another dad. You're going to get more stuff. The reason why we get up and go to work every day, make money, have our careers, is so that we can acquire more stuff and things and do things, right? But the people the people. We don't get them. We don't get another crack at them. This ain't no dress rehearsal. This is the final dance, man. This is the big show. Every day, this is the big show. This ain't the dress rehearsal. Every day, we got to put our best foot forward every time. But it's tough, man. It's tough when you're still emotionally immature, when you're still developing mentally, when you're still a baby. When you're still a baby and you're lacking, you're outside just lacking, emotionally lacking, mentally lacking. Got all the physical attributes. You're beautiful on the outside, mentally, emotionally. You're a baby. They're looking for some answers too. They're looking for some comfort too, and they are reacting and they're sharing and they getting their hate off and they're getting their thoughts off, and it's coming off as toxic, if you will, and it's coming off disrespectful. Lord knows they are disrespectful, man. And they disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie. Boy, they are running off some good people. I don't know if I should be laughing or crying. Maybe I'm laughing for to stop to cover up the tears on the inside, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. I'm trying to wrap my arms around it, right? And get my kids on the right track, because I don't like the path that they're on. I would really love for everybody to be on the same page. And at first, it started out good. Everybody was on the same page, right? Everybody was on the same page. Everybody was we all dressed in the same colors. Everybody was dripped up, you know what I mean? We looking good. We took pictures and we said, yo, we're going to do better. And we got each other. And then the stuff came. The stuff. It's always the stuff that rips families apart, man. It's the stuff. The things. Rarely is it the people, right? Rarely is it the people alone. The people is usually accompanied or ushered in with stuff. It's the stuff that puts a wedge in between people and the families, man. And it's the stuff that got us all mixed up right now. And I'm sitting here like, damn, why? We should be focused on one thing, really, on one person, right? Like, there are some conversation that should be had and could be had, right? Like, what do we do? What can we do moving forward? Like, what are we going to do? Because Mom's birthday is coming up in a few weeks. 3 weeks from now, it's going to be mom's birthday. Like, what are we going to do? Right? I would like to go to North Carolina, right? I would like to go see family up there, have a conversation up there, see what they think. Got an aunt up there. Go see what she's thinking, see her thoughts. Got an adopted sister up there who's running the show. The adopted sister, shit, she got the inheritance, and that's why everybody's mad, really though. The adopted sister got the inheritance, and that's why everybody's mad. Real talk. Got everybody up in a frenzy. Got everybody messed up. Everybody, because it threw everybody for a loop. Even me. My mom, she was discussing it with me. She was like, hey, what you think about the adopted sister, handling things so you and your brother won't be at, fighting each other? And I was like, Mom, you don't have to do that because me and my brother, we're educated, we're men. I mean, it's pretty simple math with me, blah, 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 50-50, me and him, right? Like, well, what is there to fight about, right? But for some reason, she, the way my mom was trying to explain it, she was like, you and your brother, y'all gonna be fighting, and you don't know how your brother's gonna be. And I'm like, nah, I just don't see that, Mom. Come to find out, it's not the brothers fighting, but it's actually the grandkids. Because the adopted sister got the total inheritance, got everything. I mean, got everything. Everything. So much damn money, man, you can start a new life with. Like, real talk, man. And the grandkids are losing their mind, man. Me too on the inside. I'm kind of pissed off. That's why this thing is titled My Mother Hates Me and My Brother, because why would you do that? Why would you give the entire inheritance to the adopted kid? Why would you do that? Knowing damn well there's going to be a ripple effect, man. Oh my God. My God, is it a ripple effect? But she's managing things. At least she's managing that, right? And I'm managing this on this end. While the grandkids are fighting one another. It ain't easy. Let me tell you. It's not easy. It ain't easy dealing with, going through probate. It's not easy going through probate. It's not easy calling up these banks. It's not easy calling up these people and going up to the courthouse. It's not easy talking to these creditors. It's not easy calling up these different companies and saying the same thing. Hey, I'm a representative every day, waiting on mail, because nothing is instant. Everything is snail mail, right? Putting ads in the newspaper, nothing is easy. Every day is something. On top of the kids trying to manage them, all while trying to have a social life. My kids reminded me, ain't no social life, dog. Ain't, Dad, you don't get no social life. You don't get no social life. Yeah, that's your mother that passed, but you don't get a social life. You gonna have to handle business. Meanwhile, we're going to act a fool, run amok. We're going to come to you when the beef gets too thick. But you don't get a chance to have a social life. You don't get a chance to grieve. No. You don't get a chance to unwind. Man, I was having a conversation with a classmate of mine, and he just moved into a new place downtown, man. Congratulations, bro. He just moved into his new place downtown, and we was having a conversation. He was talking about how he had lost his grandmother at the time, and how family was acting with them. And he was talking about how he had lost his son and how family was acting with that, right? And he was like, man, the people act like the insurance policy trumped his son. The insurance policy trumped his grandmother. Like, damn, the only reason why y'all here is for something. It's for stuff. You know, I think people are around for the stuff. To keep it all the way a buck with you, I think people do come around for the stuff, and that's just the honest to God truth. I think people keep coming around for the stuff. Yeah, the people is a bonus, right? But they come around for the stuff. They love what you can do for them. And once you stop doing that for them, then they stop coming around. Even my adopted sister, right? She don't come here. She don't come to this house that her mother begged her to come to. My adopted sister don't come here. She ain't called me once. She don't love this street the way that I love this street. She don't love that backyard the way that I love this backyard. She don't have emotional ties to the furniture out front. Shoot, I cracked my jaw. I fractured my jaw on a Good Friday back in 1989. Playing yard football. Fractured. Boop, chipped my tooth. Had my jaw wired shut. Eating through a straw. I went from a chubby kid to slim, and I never looked back, man. I was so fine after that. I was sexy. I got some real blood, sweat, and tears out there in that yard, man. And she don't. And I say, well, you don't call me. You've never called me. She said, well, you don't call me. I got my mama's phone. I haven't turned that off. She haven't called mama's phone. Hell, the house number's still the same. The house number still the same, and I'm not turning it off under my watch, right? It's too important to me. It's too iconic for me. But I'm still trying to wrap my head around the idea, like, why would my mom do? Why? I think she hate me and my brother. That's my only explanation, right? The only explanation why you would leave an inheritance for an adopted kid is that you hate your kids. Like, what other explanation is there? Excuse me. What other explanation is there, right? Like, I'm dealing with that, right? Like, I'm dealing with that. This is the first 3 weeks of it, and I'm wrestling with the idea that my own mother hates me. Like, that's where my mind is at. And I tell everybody, yo, it's okay, I'm getting through it, but man, it's hard. It's tough, man. It ain't easy, bro. I don't want to blow my damn brains out just yet. I don't want to blow my brains out. Hell, I ain't even take a drink. I ain't even drink anything yet. I haven't drank anything. I haven't smoked anything yet. I haven't popped a pill yet. I haven't snorted a line yet. I haven't done anything yet. I haven't, like I said, I haven't had the chance to really unwind because business had to get taken care of. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to be able to. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Maybe next month, whenever mom's birthday come around, and the kids plan something. I would like to do, a end of the summer trip with them. I don't know, maybe go to New York or something. I love New York, and I like to take the kids up there, and we kick it in Manhattan, go sightseeing, check out some museums. Just kick it in New York, right? Just to try to enjoy each other's company. But I tell you what, but if they keep fighting one another, I'm buying boxing gloves straight up. I'm going to get some boxing gloves, and we all going to duke it out straight up, and I'm going to be the referee. Put these boxing gloves on. Since y'all want to be scrappy, y'all so scrappy, put these boxing gloves on. We going to establish some hierarchy right here. May the best woman win. That way we ain't pulling no hair. We ain't pulling no dress. We ain't pulling on no shirts. We ain't yanking on no jewelry. Nope. If you got hands for real, put these boxing gloves on. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't miss my mom yet. Not yet. I don't miss her. I don't. Maybe I'm in denial because I know there are stages of grief, right? And maybe I'm in that denial state. I don't, I'm not expecting for her to walk through the door any moment, but I haven't, I haven't gotten rid of her stuff, you know, and I'm not just yet, you know. Not saying that her stuff has sentimental value to me, but one day I would like to maybe pass down some things to the girls. Maybe they can get a chance to, you know, wear some of Nana's things, you know, and really appreciate Nana's things and maybe pass them down to their kids, maybe one day. So I still got a house full of my mother's things. And maybe after I don't know. I don't know. My tea's gone cold, but it's still great though. Still got those pulp pieces in there, which is fantastic. Like I said, sweet, sour, spicy, magnifique. And this is a Blue Willow teacup. My grandfather, my great grandfather, Captain Whipple, he drank out of a teacup like this right here, fine china. He was actually a white man too. My great grandfather on my father's side. Yep. So let me see. So I'm 3 generations removed from a white dude. Let me tell you, man, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. Some days let me to keep it a buck, right? My sleep pattern has been all messed up, man. Like I'm up all night. I sleep, late mornings, and I get up out the bed, try to then I start making phone calls, start handling business and ripping and running around before 5 o'clock, right? Trying to manage, the properties and different affairs. But it ain't easy, man. It ain't easy one bit. Some days I don't even feel like getting up out the bed because not that I feel defeated, but damn, I lost my mom and my dad. I lost my mom and my father. I have no mom, no dad, no grandmother, no grandfather, and it's just me. That's how I feel. I have my brother, right? he's 9 years older than me, and like I said, he's a product of a different marriage, right? Man, I feel alone, man. But some, but what always gets me going though is that one of my daughters will call me or text me, right? And I do have a friend that will text me and good morning. I do appreciate that. And then I kind of get into my morning routine to get going and get started, man. But I'm gonna do some research on that stages of grief and see where I'm at. Maybe I'm in denial. Or I don't know. Maybe I'm hurting. I don't know. But the title of this broadcast was "My Mother Hates Me and My Brother." The first 3 weeks of grief, right? I don't know. But I'm gonna end it right there for this broadcast. This is more red pill content. I appreciate y'all for listening. And until next time, peace.